This is what I call the can I do or can I take series. I have scoured all my comments from you where you ask me, Carrie, can I take this? Can I take that? Can I do this? Can I take progesterone with my thyroid medication? Can I apply my testosterone gel in the same places as my estrogen gel? Can I switch from an estrogen patch to estrogen gel overnight, or do I have to wean? I have lucky number 13 questions of yours that I'm going to answer right now. Let's get into it. Number 1, can I start with progesterone, or do I have to do all the hormones at once? Absolutely. I mean, let me just caveat first and foremost, I'm a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. So I'm going to just sort of generally give you guidelines on yes, no, maybe, and the caveats that go with it. Okay, yes, you can just start with progesterone. Always talk with your practitioner. Progesterone is usually the hormone, if you're going to jump into hormones, that women start with when they want to slow roll into it. Progesterone is the hormone that tends to decline first as women get older, get like late 30s into 40s. It's if you don't ovulate, then you're not going to make very much progesterone. And maybe if you ovulate, you just don't make much progesterone to begin with, like the signal is weak, let's say, so the production of progesterone goes down. So sometimes I have women go, oh, I'm afraid of hormones, but I'd like to try progesterone. And I'm like, you can do that. That's great. Number 2, can I do progesterone with an IUD? The answer is yes. Whether you have the copper IUD or a progestin IUD, if you're doing progesterone, whether it's a progesterone cream, a progesterone capsule, you can do progesterone with an IUD. Even with the progestin IUD, the progestin is a synthetic progesterone, and it does go systemic to some degree. However, I have a lot of women that go, I have the IUD to like prevent reproduction. Like I don't want a baby. Or I have the IUD because I had really heavy periods. But I'm also now not sleeping and I'm feeling anxious. And I heard that when you take the progesterone capsule, that can really help with that. It definitely can. And you can do both. Now I will add in there also, sometimes I get asked as like a little bonus, what about estrogen? Can I take estrogen with an IUD? And the answer is yes for that. Again, a lot of women will do an IUD to make sure their period is not heavy, to reduce the bleeding, protect the uterus from something called uterine hyperplasia, and then they will go on estrogen or estradiol. All right, number 3, can I do progesterone in the morning? If it's the progesterone capsule, or even if you use a troche or a troche, which is the sublingual, generally it makes women pretty tired or very relaxed, and that's probably not what you want in the morning. This is why it's commonly suggested, like, hey, take progesterone before you go to bed if you're going to swallow it or suck on it like a sublingual, and then, some of it will end in your saliva and you'll swallow it. And the reason for that is when progesterone goes through your liver, it breaks apart into a bunch of metabolites, which we call metabolites just the broken down portion, like of the main hormone. So progesterone metabolites. One of those metabolites goes to the brain and activates your GABA A receptors. And GABA is your inhibitory receptor. So calming, soothing, relaxing. No, that's what it can do. So that's why we say, if you do it in the morning, it might impact what's going on. You may feel tired, and we don't want that. Next question, can I do estrogen and progesterone at opposite times of the day, or do I have to take them together? You can totally do them at opposite times of the day. Of course, I'm assuming that she means she's not on a patch, but maybe she's doing estrogen gel or an estrogen cream or estrogen injection. And she's like, can I do one in the morning and one in the evening? And the answer is yes, you can do estrogen in the morning, for example, and you can do progesterone in the evening, and that's fine. You don't have to take them together. Now, if you have the patch on, then the patch is on your body at all times, and that way you would just leave the patch on and then take the progesterone at night. Can I take progesterone and thyroid pills at the same time? Usually thyroid pills are taken in the morning, but not always. I absolutely have a subset of women that love their thyroid medication at night before bed. That's easier for them, or that works better for them. And the answer is generally yes. I did a lot of research to see, does the progesterone capsule, like Prometrium, for example, inhibit thyroid absorption? And the answer came back was like, well, we didn't really study it that well, but generally it's considered no, it doesn't inhibit it. And the reason this comes up is because thyroid medication is a high maintenance diva, and a lot of other like minerals, for example, don't take your thyroid at the same time you take calcium. Don't take your thyroid with magnesium. Don't take it with iron. Don't take it with anything dairy product. Don't take it with a high iron product of food. Like, don't swallow your thyroid medication with your coffee with cream, all that cream. Again, it can negatively impact the way your thyroid absorbs into your body. So we always say thyroid's a diva. You need to swallow your thyroid, and it has to be the only thing in your stomach. I always suggested by a solid hour, and anything high dairy, high calcium, high iron, high mineral, probably a couple of hours. However, progesterone doesn't seem to have that effect. So if you are somebody who takes thyroid medication at night before bed and you think, oh crap, can I just take it with my progesterone pills? Yes, it seems that you can. I'll always run it by your pharmacist, but based on what I could find online, yes. All right, next. Can I take my progesterone with my blood pressure medication? And the answer to that is generally yes, also. Most of the time, what I could see is most average medications anyone's taking, like statin medication or even antibiotics, birth control pill, like yes, some women are on the birth control pill but still use the progesterone at night for sleep and just extra progesterone support. It doesn't seem to interfere. So if you do medications at night, progesterone capsules in general seem to be play well with it and not get in the way of absorption. Next, can I switch from the estrogen patch to the estrogen gel immediately, or do I need to wean off the patch and restart? Now, I think they mean by wean off the patch, like go lower and lower and lower. So for example, if you were on a 0.1 milligram patch, which is the highest level of patch, do you have to go down to a 0.05, then down to a 0.037, then down to a 0.025, and then come off the patch and then start the gel? Or you can just switch one for the other. You can just switch one for the other. You do not have to wean. Estradiol is not like a steroid or an opioid that like if you do it long term, you need to, wean off of it. You can just switch from one to the other. Now, there may be a transition period because it's not same in the dosing. It's kind of an equivalent. So if you were on a higher dose of the patch, the 0.1, then we may have to adjust the gel dose appropriately. Also, where you apply the gel or, how well you absorb the gel, or if you're using cream instead, the alcohol-based gels tend to absorb a little better than a cream base, but it depends on you. Then you may find some adjusting of like, ooh, I thought this dose would be appropriate for me, but it's not enough. My hot flashes are back or my joint pain's back, or maybe too much. You may be like, ooh, I started the gel, the estrogen gel, and like I'm having so much breast tenderness. I'm like, okay, too much. Let's back down. So you can switch pretty quickly, but do know it might still be an adjustment. Next question. Can I do testosterone gel and estrogen gel in the same spot on the skin? Yes, you can. Now, in general, the estrogen gel and testosterone gel are suggested in different places. So you will see like the estrogen gel, they may say inner arm, for example, like the thin skin on your inner arm between your wrist and your elbow. That's like one company might say that. And for testosterone, it may be suggested to do in other places, such as just above your pubic bone or high up on your inner thigh. But I have plenty of women that are like, I just like to put it all in the same place. I put it on my inner thigh, or I put it in the thin skin in between my arm and elbow, and like rotate sites around. Like I go from left side to right side. Always talk to your healthcare practitioner, of course, your prescriber. But in general, they don't compete. So they can, and a lot of times they are compounded together. If your prescriber does compounded creams or gels, for ease of use, yours might be compounded together. So then it's one cream to rule them all, and you just apply where they tell you to apply it, and that's totally fine. Can I do an estrogen vaginal suppository, but use an estrogen cream externally? The answer is yes. And this is a great question because some women will just use the suppository that goes up inside, like a little tablet or something that goes up inside the vagina, but that's not going to be much help for the tissue on the outside. So the clitoris, the vulva, or even the urethra where the urine comes out. So some women love the ease of the suppository. They can just insert that right up inside, but then they want a little separate low-dose vaginal cream that they can apply around the outside so that they don't have like dryness or burning or cracking or shrinking. It's called atrophy. So they will put that around the outside. Same with chronic urinary tract infections. They will say, hey, just inside, that little inside area is called the introitus. Put a little bit of estrogen cream in there that's specific for the vagina, but that's different than a suppository that is inserted up inside. Now, some women have a cream that they insert up inside the vagina and they just save a little bit on their finger and then just rub it around the outside. But others are like, well, I already have the suppository. I love them. Can I just have a little extra? Like, can I have a side prescription for cream? And the answer is yes. That is an option, and some women do that. Next, can I do DHEA instead of testosterone? So the answer is sort of, or not same. They're not one-to-one. It's not like you're going to take DHEA and it's going to magically raise your testosterone. So DHEA is made in the ovaries and it's made in the adrenal glands if it's DHEA. You can get a blood test. I'm sure you've seen it online or in your blood test where it's DHEA-S. S is in sulfate, and all of your DHEA-S in your body is made in the adrenal glands. Now, DHEA no S goes on to create a hormone called androstenedione. And androstenedione can go on and make testosterone, but it can also make a whole slew of other hormones too. And I have no control over that. If you take the supplement DHEA, I don't know which direction your DHEA is going to go. So it might increase your testosterone next to none, or it might increase your testosterone like a couple points that where you feel a noticeable difference. So can you take it instead of testosterone? Like, I've had women try and some love it and some are like, I just felt more energy, but I didn't like we see on blood work, it didn't really raise their testosterone levels. So just keep in mind, it's not a 1-to-1, which leads to the next question I got was, can I take DHEA with testosterone? And the answer is, like, if those are the two products that have been recommended to you by your prescriber, the answer is yes, you can take them together. So if you were using testosterone, however form, a cream, a gel, an injection, a pellet, and you're advised to take DHEA, the supplement, will they counteract each other? Will they get in the way of each other? They will not. They don't counteract each other. DHEA can still be supportive, which then leads me to my next question. Can I take DHEA at night? Ideally, you don't. DHEA at night can keep people up. It can, like I said, give people energy. And so we tend to do DHEA in the morning. DHEA, no S, just plain DHEA, tends to have a circadian rhythm. It's higher in the morning, lower at night. Therefore, we want to mimic the circadian rhythm, kind of like cortisol, kind of like the sun. So higher in the morning, lower at night. So if you're going to do DHEA, do it in the morning. Now, I will give the big caveat that DHEA comes in a whole slew of doses, like a whole slew of doses. You can find it as low as 1 milligram, and you can find it as high, like 100 milligrams in the United States. It's very over the counter. In other countries, it's considered a hormone and more tightly controlled. It's very much a hormone, but in the US, it's considered a supplement. So with women generally need less than 10 milligrams. And in fact, most women need 5 milligrams or less. So please be careful that you're going to go to a store or look online and see, 20 milligrams, and just jump in on that. That's man-sized dose. Men do 20, 25, 50. That's the dose they use. We want to make sure that women use a lower dose, because I don't want you to have the side effects, because if you're somebody who is sensitive to androgens, DHEA is an androgen, it's turning into a whole bunch of testosterone. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm having the side effects I wasn't expecting. I'm having hair loss and acne. Like, it's way too much at 20, 25 milligrams. So I want to put that caveat out there that DHEA does come in a lot of different levels, and make sure your prescriber knows this too. If they're like new to hormones, don't just jump in with 20 milligrams. Unless for some reason, like, that's what you need. Okay. Last question. Can I use estrogen gel 2 times a day instead of just in the morning? And the answer is yes, generally yes. Now, obviously, as usual, always talk to your prescriber. But if you're using a gel or you're having an estrogen cream that's compounded, and there's a lot of estrogen compounded options are in something called a topical. So each click is 0.25 milliliters, like a small amount of cream comes out. So some women like that because they can do 1 or 2 clicks in the morning, depending how it's dosed, and 1 or 2 clicks in the evening. So they get a more fluid through the day amount of estrogen twice a day versus a lump sum in the morning. And then maybe by the night, it's their hot flashes and night sweats start to creep in. So I have had a lot of women go, I like the 2-a-day dosing, morning and night, because I feel good all day and then I'm prepared for the night. Now, it's not the same amount, right? It's a little bit in the morning, a little bit at night versus the entire dose, the entire milligram dose in the morning. So that is an option, especially if you get it compounded, then you can click out the appropriate amount. I tend to see that a lot in practice. And I had a lot of my patients when I was in full-time practice, that's what they tended to do if they could remember. If you could remember to take it before bed, usually the morning is the one you remember. Now, if you're like, oh gosh, I forget everything, like I might as well just do it all in the morning. It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody was just asking, can I do 2 times a day? Well, always talk to your prescriber, but the answer is like, yes, that is an option. That is a totally legal option for sure. So hopefully this was really helpful. And I really enjoy answering these questions because they're rapid fire. They're directly your questions, and they're probably questions maybe you've been mulling around or maybe hadn't thought about before, especially like the thyroid medication question. If you're on thyroid medication or you're on any other medication, you're on blood pressure pills or statins, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about progesterone getting in the way. Thankfully, it seems like progesterone capsules do not get in the way. And then, of course, anything topical, like a patch or an injection or a cream or what, like that's not going to get in the way, because the get in the way part is when they're swallowed together and absorption through the stomach. So very, very different. So hopefully this is helpful. I want to keep this series going because I 100% know hormones can feel like cats, and I am here to help.